wanted to talk about my relationship to the moon. Um, I guess my story starts about, gosh, how old was I? 30? Almost 20 years ago when I was living in Northridge with some good friends and big, beautiful house. Uh, my close friends will know what a kick-ass party house that was. Big pool in the backyard, um, lots of space by the freeway. We could crank up the music and party till the break of dawn. But there was one night that the lunar eclipse was called for. Was called for. There, there was a lunar eclipse in the air on the calendar, and I up to that point, like in my early 30s, I was not so much the kind of person who would pay attention to such phenomenon. Um, but and all that day, okay, lunar eclipse, great, didn't care. But it was about 9 p.m. that evening, and I walked out onto our backyard by the pool, and instantly, boom, was hit by this bright, beautiful, glowing being in the sky, the moon, and full moonlight was the lighting was beautiful, and I just knew, okay, Doug, you're staying up for this, man. You got to watch this eclipse. This is a sign. And sure enough, that's what I did. I had to work the next day at the commodity brokerage firm I worked at. I didn't care. I think it was like 1 a.m., maybe between 1 and 2 a.m. that the full lunar eclipse would take place. And I was up. I stayed up. I got out into the pool, had my little raft, and my inflatable raft, took a bottle of wine out with me, was chugging it all by myself, and watched this lunar eclipse take place. And it was so powerful. A, it was beautiful. B, I just felt um, at a very deep level that the universe loves me. I'm right where I need to be. There's no place else that I should be right now than right here, watching this lunar eclipse, tossing back a bottle of wine, got my music. It was amazing. I just wish I had someone to share it with at that moment, but it is what it is. What it was. It was what it is. It was what it was. Um, and what else can I say about that? Oh, the other cool thing about that was there was kind of a trippy phenomenon that transpired on that occasion. In that, once the moon became totally darkened from the eclipse, the Earth blocking the sun, this orb in the sky, known as moon, that we call moon, it wasn't how many millions of meters, feet, miles away from us. It felt like it was like watching a hot air balloon from a local car dealership. It felt like it was 500 feet from me. So it brought the moon so much closer to me in that moment. Um, and it was cool. Very descriptive. Uh, very poetic of me to say it that way. But I've had other adventures with the moon. 2016, right after these elections, when the entire country said, okay, let's give Trump a try. And I said, no, those elections were bogus. Bernie got cheated. Bernie was beating Trump by double digits. Bernie got screwed. That was right around a full moon, right 3 days before the day that I was. This is like January 1st, New Year's, the new moon, baby. The very day that I was conceived, New Year's Eve. Um, September 27th is my birthday. And talking to my mom after, years later, after this event I saw, that I was conceived on New Year's, and I saw the fucking sun explode on December 28th, 2016. Very interesting. What an interesting time for me. Interesting time on this planet. What else can I say about that? Yeah, and I remember reading a book from the LA Public Library, and I think it was called God's Lunatics. Lunatics. Lunacy. I was never a believer that the moon could affect human psychology, human behavior. And you've heard the myth or the story that on the nights of the full moon, that the hospitals and police precincts, there's more activity than usual. I thought that's nonsense. The moon cannot affect human behavior. And one more example where the universe or life itself said, Doug, you don't know so much, do you? You think you know? You don't know. There's more to it than you can ever imagine. Maybe not imagine, but more than you can know. And part of the lunar madness that I went through was just this profound drive, desire to drink. And I knew that I cannot drink alcohol. If I'm going to drink, I'm going to drink water. So I was on a fast. And still, the moon plays with the tides, plays with the water. What else can I say without giving too much away? That the great flood, that when you were born, the water breaks, that you're mostly comprised of water. Yeah, sure enough, guys, the moon, the planets, and the stars have an effect on you. I was always skeptical about astrology. Well, there's nothing to that. That's nonsense. It's just a parlor trick to get your money. And a lot of times it is. Sometimes it isn't. Why? Because you're a child of the stars. You're a sibling of the stars. Every atom that is in you right now comes from a dead star that loved you enough to die. Supernova. Understand that? Now you understand every myth, from Thor to Jesus to Horus to Odin to Apollo. Who am I forgetting? Guys, it's a metaphor for a star that dies. I think. I'm not trying to sell you on it. What else can I say about that? Okay, Thor, Horus. Beyond that, Beowulf, Saint George and the dragon. Everyone who's ever faced the dragon. Come on, it's greed, it's gravity. Duh, obviously. Simple, really. And someday science will figure it out. Or not. It's cool either way. I wish you will. Let's get that moon up there. It's right there. Boom. It's not even full. Have a good night. Bye.